This is a distress signal from the starship Black Widow. We are in great danger, requesting immediate assistance. Recluse, the artificial intelligence that controls our ship, has just gone antipathic and is attempting to kill us all. Most of us have already been wiped out within the first few minutes. Only a few of us remain, and we are stranded in war space, littered with quantum anomalies from the Anubis conflict. Please help us. Bridge to sensors.
This is sensors, although I'm not at my station, but I've plugged into an auxiliary panel here at the communications in the cargo hold. I was caught between one place and another, but I've managed to barricade the cargo hold door against the security bots. It's so I've got access to the AI has screened some of the sensor components, but I have access to the remainder of them through my personal computer, and I'm okay, but only for now. But there are problems.
Who was at the sensor station? Do you think they're still up there?
I have cameras at the sensor station before they were shut down, showed no personnel up and moving.
Gosh. Okay, hold on.
I think the onboard anti-personnel systems were activated there.
I don't understand why they put those in.
Well,
Pirates.
The system used to be, yeah, and this ship used to be a fast transport. So they had anti-boarding mechanisms, but that was all hadn't used those in, well, since we started crewing it. But evidently the AI still knew about them.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I'll come back to you. Bridge to helm.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bridge.
What's your status there?
It's bad. I could really use another set of hands.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's anyone left, but I'm doing a roll call. What did you see up there?
I mean, there's nothing going on outside. I don't know what has gotten into Recluse. There's nothing around us. Like we're on track to Titan. Like there's no threat as far as I can tell.
Well, Recluse has gone fucking insane. That's what's gone on.
Was there any sign up there of what happened?
Just cut for us. I don't know.
Who's still alive?
Captain's dead. We got sensors coming out of a cargo bay. I'm just about to check in with engineering now. I think there's not much more than a handful of us left.
Not to contradict you, Captain, but Recluse's actions seem very purposeful to the degree that I've been able to piece together some of what it did. Not random.
Well, sure. I mean, from a certain point of view, everything in the universe makes sense.
It hasn't simply gone haywire, so that's all I'm saying, Captain. So.
Okay. Okay. Let me get in contact with engineering. I'm sure if some solution is going to come out of there.
Yeah, fingers crossed, because
Yep. So
we're not looking good.
no, I'm picking up. I'm picking up all sorts of side traffic that is indicative of some very serious problems.
Okay. Hold on, I'll get back to you. Engineering, this bridge, you there?
Engineering here. Things aren't what's going on? Things started freaking out down here in the core chamber, but those those anti-personnel, weaponry, that is no joke. But I'm hiding out in a corner here, and it's okay so far. I'm not gonna say things are great, but I'm still here.
Okay. Well,
So
it's good to hear. Yeah, I was afraid, like, if anywhere was going to be shut down, it was going to be engineering. What's you're all right for oxygen down there?
Yeah, we're doing okay there. There's definitely a bunch of alarms going off down here. Things aren't great, and could definitely use some help with that, but I understand that everyone's got their hands full right now and gotta tackle things one by one, right?
Yeah, let's just one foot in front of the other, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Looks like we got helm and sensors, but no one else is answering. So maybe it's just 4 of us.
The main AI attack was at the main stations. Most people who were on, and the barracks. So I think it's unlikely that any of the off-shift personnel are alive, or if they are unable to leave. I've tried to get a hold of them using backup communication methods, but there isn't anything.
Sensors, do you have any eyes on the bunks, or have you been shut out of those systems?
There was the forward rack was attacked by mobile units. Before the monitoring system shut down, I have no video or audio for the aft ones. Those went down in a communications. Well, it might have been an explosion, but it might simply have been a rupture of the communications line.
How about cargo? Do we have an eye on the package?
It's right over there. It is still sealed. It is still intact. I am all too aware of its existence. It doesn't seem to be. Recluse has attempted to force entry into the cargo hold, but the cargo hold's main loading bay is designed to hold off a medium-sized meteorite, and they have been unable to do so. Fortunately, I was able to manually cut any of the anti-personnel systems in here before taking refuge. Life support here is adequate for the time being, but there are problems. The first one is that I'm getting pulses of gravitons, which means that the faster the night drives are spooling up. But there is no destination.
What does that mean?
Indicated. Well, it means that the ship's going to misjump when they activate. And in all likelihood, in all likelihood, the portion of the ship that's furthest from the anchoring spine of the drives will breach, and that is the cargo hold.
Huh.
As to whether it will crack the rest of the ship, I could say, but
let's check in with Helm. Helm should be able to, give us a coordinates, right?
if they can put in some coordinates or something, but right now it's headed for nowhere.
Yeah,
which is
better than nowhere.
Well, it's a disaster. I mean our safeties will cause us to re-enter somewhere more or less at random within a few parsecs of here, but we probably won't all re-enter at exactly the same time.
Helm, you listen to this?
Sorry. Yeah.
Can you set a destination or get the FTL drives to spool down?
I'm locked out of everything right now. I've got something I can try. It's a big risk, but we've got another problem too. The Recluse has deployed drones that are they're just shooting at the shields. I've boosted power, but it's not going to hold. This whole sector is going to be blown out to space in a matter of minutes. I've got a suit here, but it's not going to do me any good if they just blow the whole thing open. If you've got something you can do about that, I need a bit of time, but I do have this virus that I wrote that maybe will be able to get us jump control back.
I would say that at this point, that risk is relative.
It is, and the risk to me are the drones that are firing directly at me.
I understand.
Sensors. How about what's the countdown on the jump?
The countdown on the jump is, it's just over 15 minutes.
Okay, so how long, Helm, do you think your virus will take to kick in?
It shouldn't take long, but I'm not going to make it another 5.
Okay, so let's ship water first. Engineering, do you have anything you think you can help out Helm with?
Yeah. We can for the drones. We can. I can try collapsing the signal to the web work unit. It's not something I've done before, but no one's actually done it before. But I think I can get it to work, at least for now. There's some stuff that's going on over here, but we have other stuff that needs to happen first, it sounds like. And I'll focus on doing this, and then
sounds like we should all be on the bridge.
We can't get there. There are mobile units just outside the cargo door, and they periodically batter it. It's holding, but I can't leave.
Engineering.
I can also possibly help with the drones if engineering solution is not fruitful.
Okay.
I don't care who fixes it. I just need them dealt with immediately.
Yep. I'll get to work on the web work circuit right now.
Okay. Come back to us when that's done, engineering. Okay. And hold tight, Helm.
I'll do my best. Do you want me to try and get started with the virus?
Yes, I would.
Buy me time. Here I go.
So I have news on the web work circuit. It didn't work the way that I'd hoped. I should probably use this moment to say that I'm not really an engineer. I minored as a in engineering in college, but
Oh my God!
Please stop. Please stop.
it
You're killing me.
Literally.
Engineering, you're killing me.
Just a moment. You have.
I'm sorry, but I'm the only one down here. Sorry, the company sent me. I was only supposed to monitor as HR, but there's no one else here, and I'm doing my best. I'm sorry.
Hang on a moment, Helm. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try burning out your shields.
I'm sorry, did you say burning out?
Yes, that's right. If enough power is given to the shields, they'll flare. And they'll cook all those drones.
If it doesn't work, I'll be completely defenseless.
I know that. But
which is only a
that's
matter
why-
of minutes anyway, Helm, right?
this is why I didn't offer this as a solution. As a
I don't
primary
like any of
solution.
this.
The plasma stabilizer that keeps the shields open, I have software access to it, and I can redline it. It will overload it and make the shields flare. And if the drones are close enough to be attacking, it will vaporize them. They will burn out the shields. It's a one shot. But I don't see an alternative. Obviously, this is not something that is ordinarily countenanced in normal ship function.
Just tell me you're not an intern too.
No, of course not.
All right.
I'm not at my console, which is making things very difficult for me. I'm patching into the ship systems through an auxiliary computer, but I can. So I'm limited. I can only see 5% of what I normally should be able to see. But if the drones are there attacking the shield, then they are close enough to the shields to be affected. So you will hear a very loud tearing sound when this happens. Working on it.
Great. So tearing sound if there's a success, explosions, and death if there isn't.
Yeah. Engineering. You there?
Yeah. I wasn't sure if anyone wanted to hear from me for a while.
Well, I'm not sure if
You are the
does,
only
but
one in engineering, and you have to do your best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are, our chief engineer now. So whatever manuals you have down there, maybe open them up.
Yeah. I'm working as fast as I possibly can.
Okay.
And I know It's not great to hear about everyone else's problems, but there's I'm seeing radiation flares right here around the subspace converter. So if anyone has any way to help me control those, to make sure that those flares don't get out, don't damage any more electronics than they already do, than they're already attempting to get at right now.
Okay.
And possibly irradiate the engineering system.
Yeah, I'm not going to be any good, you know, to help out if this is
Fried.
Yeah, if it all goes up in flames.
Okay. Helm, do you
Engineering
think?
hasn't been very
Standing
good
by to
help out
overload
with in the
plasma
first place.
stabilizer in 60 seconds.
Okay, let's hold on and see if these this burnout works, and then we'll take on that radiation flare for you, engineering.
Stabilizers building up. Tolerance. Stabilizer at 30%. Stabilizer at 50%. Stabilizer at 70%. Stabilizer at 90%. Stabilizer at 110%. Stabilizer at 130%. Blue line failures in the stabilizer too. Stabilizer at 150. Stabilizer's down, but the shield's flared. Are you all right?
Yeah. Man. Yeah, no, I'm good
You
for now.
you have no shields, but
As long as there aren't any more drones. All right, let me finish getting this virus up for you.
So starboard plasma stabilizer tribe toe is cracked. Make a note of that, Bridge. We can manage without it, just hoping that we don't get any meteorites from that side.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm looking at our escape pods procedure right now. I don't want to write off the ship before we have to, but let's keep that in our minds for us getting out.
How's
that virus coming home?
It's almost there. Just need a few more seconds. Bridge, were you just saying something about the escape pods?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not thinking that too far ahead right now, but we may have to use them if we end up under much more pressure. Yeah, let's cross that bridge when we come to it.
All right. All right, sensors. I've got your virus in. It looks like it's going through and adapting to what Recluse's security throws at it. And we should have control again.
Testing. FTL drives are under control. Scramming FTL drive. I can't set the destination, they're locked out. But powering down FTL drives.
Outstanding. Okay. We might make
We're
this
starting,
after all.
we're starting to feel the vibrations here.
Yeah.
So that's a relief.
Yeah, that was great. A relief for that. But the radiation flares are getting stronger down here. I know that the audio is filtering out the like loud siren noises, but it's getting a bit piercing, and I would appreciate some help if anyone can offer it.
Um, yeah. What do you think?
Go ahead, Bridge.
Helm, I think you might have something.
Yeah. I can try and boost the tachyons there to offset the flares. That should work,
I
right?
have-
Yeah.
Well, I have a similar solution. The muon deflector. If I alter the plane of the deflector, it should send a stream of muons through the area of the flares and disrupt them. They're highly charged, rapid particles. I don't know if this is a better or worse idea than a beam of tachyons. I'm afraid this is a little out of my cross training.
I'll take whatever you guys can give.
Which should it be, Bridge?
I mean, I think beam of tachyons sounds like it's more promising to me. But what do you think, Helm?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay. How long do you think that will take?
Shouldn't take long to boost the power. We've got Recluse distracted with the virus still.
Yeah.
The pounding has abated for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of systems going on up here, which looks like Recluse is really not happy.
Yeah, well, when has it been? Okay, boosting
There is
power.
another threat, Bridge, when you are ready.
Yeah, what is it sensors?
As you know, the missile bay is adjacent to cargo hold.
Mm-hmm.
And when the FTL drives and some of the other systems were activated out of sequence by Recluse, it sent a magnetic pulse into the bay, which has activated a number of the warheads, and they are counting down. 3 to be exact.
Okay, what's the
from video? The it's possible we might be able to launch the missiles, but I don't seem that control is normally done from the armory, and I can't patch into it.
Those are
I'm not sure.
The bunker busters we used back on Pylos, right? So if they go off, it's not going to be.
It'll tear the cargo hold off the rest of the ship.
Yeah.
Bridge.
And most of the rest of the ship.
Well, that may or may not take place, but their full warhead won't detonate because of the distance fail-safes that are built into them, but the boosting charge going off will be plenty enough to do critical damage to this area.
Do you know how much time we have left on those before launch?
It's hard to say because the fluctuating magnetic field in the bay is affecting the warhead timing. Their counts are pausing and restarting, but it could be as little as 10 minutes.
The captain got
And-
those implants
And
back
there are
on.
3 of them. Not that that has a great deal of effect on the magnitude of the problem, honestly.
The captain got these implants back in Beta 7. You remember to to control all these things better, to talk to Recluse better. He right
Yes,
before this all went to hell, he went a bit twitchy. We thought Recluse was hacking into his brain. I think that's how Recluse got all the failsafe codes.
that would explain certain of the security anomalies that the AI should normally not have access to.
But I had to take care of him. I mean, I thought I did it in time, but obviously not. I stunned him. Sensors. Tried to short the systems with a taser, but Recluse had already taken control by then.
Yes. Doesn't explain why Recluse took control, of course.
Well,
Only why it was able to breach so many security protocols. Normally, for activating the anti-personnel systems would have required overload codes being punched in by at least one bridge officer. But as far as I can tell, that didn't happen.
unless the
just
captain
activated
did it on purpose.
But why would he do that in sectors that were known to be occupied by friendly personnel?
I'm just trying to figure out how this might have happened. I mean, I have his blood on my hands sensors. I'm just looking for some kind of.
This is an unforeseen situation, Bridge. It would have been difficult for anyone to react in a fashion that would prevent a cataclysm of this nature. As far as I know, this has never happened. Of course, corporate security protocols don't necessarily publish incidents of this nature.
Yeah. Hey, maybe I'll talk to HR.
Yes, I think that would be appropriate.
Engineering?
I'm not at liberty to disclose about other security incidents that may have happened before, but I off the record, I'll just say that I've seen some weird cases cross my desk in the past, and the captain's situation is definitely unusual, but he's not the only one who's gone a little loopy out here.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to get the implants out of his brain with a surgical drill, and he is screaming that he's gonna kill me and track me down and whatever else. I don't want to repeat on an open channel. But he was not happy with me.
Open channel. You can be heard right now by exactly 3 people, as far as I know. Our destination is hyperspace jump away. And we're not exactly broadcasting any of this. Helm, how's the tachyon pulse going?
What's that? A little busy here.
Tachyon pulse?
I'd like a update on the tachyon pulse too.
Yeah, I'm trying. Recluse is blocking off all of the excess power. I can't get it to boost enough to send the tachyon burst. I've got nothing here. Every single alley I try, Recluse blocks me.
So that's a no.
That's a no. I just don't have any power to pull from.
Okay, understood, Helm. Let's keep on this. Sensors, how? Great call, man. Remind me, what was your solution?
I can send a pulse of muons. The efficient deflector is aimable to a degree, and I can send a pulse of muons along the flank of the ship near engineering. And there is the possibility that a stream of charged particles will disrupt those plasma patterns. They're to a degree, they're self-reinforcing bubbles, those plasma things, and if the muon stream is strong enough, it should make them collapse. I cannot say whether or not this will work. It is an extremely unorthodox use of the fission deflector, which is normally simply meant to bounce charged particles away from the ship and into space, using it as to actually direct the particles is well, untried. I'm not
in a position. I'm not in a position to be picky right now.
I'm engaging the deflector now. It is going to take. It's going to take a few minutes to develop a stream of significant magnitude.
Okay, let's hold on then. Helm, how are you getting on? Otherwise,
yeah, I'm seeing something. Bridge, do you still have gravity?
yeah, but I'm in my crash couch. But yeah, we
sensors, engineering.
But yes, I have gravity, but it's strapped to the wall in case gravity is lost.
I'm seeing a breach showing up in the telemanipulation chamber. Can anyone corroborate?
I don't have sensors outside of the core chamber.
I'm accessing internal sensors. Telemanipulation chamber is pressure readings are 0. It should be pressurized. So I think the likelihood of a breach is substantial.
Yeah, that's not.
I can't get visual, but pressure is 0. Heat, temperature is approximately 60 Kelvin. And if it had atmosphere, both of those would be different. So I think it must have vented. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I don't know what would. What the hell is that AI doing now?
There's heavy machinery in the telemanipulation chamber that Brown Recluse may have access to, but I can't tell you what it's doing. Why do you think this is a major problem?
Because I lost gravity,
Oh,
and if the system goes, I mean, it's not just gravity. You know, it's tied into life support.
yes. Well, obviously, if it manages to use one of the cranes in there to reach your area, then you will lose life support. Because it either the fail safes in that area have not worked or they have been broken.
Great.
I'm going to have a missile launch and or detonation in 5 minutes. It looks like.
Yes, that
Is there something that someone can do?
doesn't sound ideal.
Yes, sensors. Let's.
So
How long?
I
Sorry,
have-
sorry, engineering sensors. What's the status of your pulse muons right now?
It's ready to go. Engineering standby to measure the force of the plasma bursts.
standing by.
But all right, overloading the fission deflector on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I take it that's no change.
I haven't. I
Well,
have like
it was-
the alarms are still going.
I'm sorry, Bridge. I was able to successfully divert the muons, but they don't seem to be having a significant effect on the plasma bursts that are happening near engineering. It's just the beam's just too weak.
We're not out of solutions for you yet, engineering. I think missiles are our next big deal. Engineering, do you have anything to disrupt this countdown?
So I have. There's a button here that says that I can boost power to a multi-phase harness, but the problem is that it sounds like both life support and slash gravity and the missile bay needs that extra power to make sure that we can stabilize things. I don't think I can make that choice. Bridge, do you?
I think the missiles has the opportunity to mess us all up. So
Okay.
I think maybe the missiles.
Okay. I'll get to work on that. I need to make sure that that extra power is going to the right place.
Okay.
I
I'm
will.
sorry, Helm.
When you manage to divert power, assuming that takes place, I will attempt to launch the missiles whose warheads have activated. If they have power enough, they should be able to get clear of the ship before exploding.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'll get on that right now.
Okay. Thanks, engineering. Sensors, Helm. What else do we have in our bag of tricks? um, for either the radiation flares or this gravity breach?
Well, the radiation flares are being created by the quantum drive that launches us into that activates the hyperspace bubble. We could shut that drive down entirely and bring it back up. There's no guarantee it won't simply continue doing what it was doing. If the software has been sufficiently tampered with, but if it was simply manipulated, then rebooting it will bring it back up nominally. It's a drastic step, because if it's taken down, it may not come back up.
I think drastic steps are what we're living with right now. Sensors.
If that's what you think, Bridge, I will make this attempt.
I was thinking the same thing. Sensors, how do you know so much about the quantum drive?
Make it my part of my job to understand the basics of how every system on the ship works. I understand that is not necessarily typical of corporate communications officers, many of whom are trained only in the communications software, but I came here from a military background on a fast cruiser, and they required us to cross train. I can't say I know. I'm no physicist nor engineer, and then the details. If these things were broken, I wouldn't know how to repair them, but I can turn them on and off. Communications software goes through to every system on the ship. The sensors do, because we have to have sensor monitoring for everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so I could power it down and power it back up, and that's the only thing I could think of doing, I think, at this point.
What are you thinking, Helm? Are you looking to pick a brain, or are you just
Engineering, I need your solution now.
So the power has been boosted. The frame, I was a little worried about the frame. There was a little blinking yellow light, but it hasn't gone into red yet, and it's holding steady.
You got power boost?
Yes, the power has been boosted.
Launching missiles 4 through 6. There's 3 little thuds that can be heard reverberating through the ship. They are out and flying.
outstanding?
They're starting to turn back towards the ship. And they're detonating. I believe the problem has been resolved, Bridge.
Yeah, I felt the shockwave, so they were mighty close, but I think we're okay.
Just outside, well, I would say approximately 1 standard deviation outside range.
Yeah, close enough is close enough, but outstanding engineering.
Okay, getting ready to power. Yes, well done. Powering down the quantum drive at 60 seconds. All the lights will go out in your area, and your console may lock up. But I hope to bring it back online. I will let you know just before I toggle it. I need a moment to make sure that this happens in a seamlessly fashion all at once, so you don't get quantum anomalies when the drive powers down. It's should we have known something like this might happen, do you think, Bridge?
That Recluse would begin treating us like
Well, maybe
interlopers?
not specifically that, but this mission has had too much secrecy.
Yeah, I mean, the package in Cargo 5.
I still don't know what's in it, what it is, why it's so important. And attempts to find out more about it or to access protocols for the safety and security of it were completely met with refusals.
Yeah, you're telling me.
It is.
I asked the
The
captain
package
a bunch of times, asked
the package is so. I mean, I can see from here the package is completely wired into the chip systems. They're not any control systems, but it is. You couldn't, the space pirate couldn't get within 10 meters of this thing without setting off every alarm in the world, much less tamper with any of the seals. It's in its own.
If I'm a particular brand of paranoid, I'd say it's taken over the ship. Whatever
I don't think so.
this is.
I don't detect any energy flux coming from it. That shouldn't be there. It just seems to be a box. Whatever's in it.
What's the alternative? That Recluse knows how dangerous it is and wants to stop it getting back to.
Well, I really don't know what Recluse knows. If knows is the right word. I'm ready to cut the quantum drive. Powering down in 3, 2, 1, 0. The drive particle signatures are diminishing. And they're gone. And now we see whether or not it will come back up properly. Reinitializing quantum drive. It's starting up. Engineering come in.
Engineering here. Engineering here.
We have powered engineering. The quantum drive is back nominal, and the plasma anomalies are gone.
You see that they're engineering?
Yes, I'm seeing that alarm has gone down. The radiation flares have gone away.
Okay, that's one thing. So what do we got left? We got a gravity breach, right? Any other problems out there?
Well, there's I think the ionic stabilizer here. It's I don't know why they make the casing transparent, because I'm literally watching the inside melt, and I think that might cause problems.
Maybe that's why they make it transparent, so you
can see it engineering.
So you can see it if it starts to melt.
Yeah.
we're all about our sensors, but our Mark 1 eyeball is still our most important tool.
Yeah, it's true. But I'm watching it melt in real time, and I'm not sure what to do. The most I can do is mess with the reactor, and that would just, destabilize it further, and I'm not sure we want to do that.
Okay, but engineering, if you can mess with the reactor, that might be able to help our gravity problem, right? The breach.
Yeah. So I think based on what I do know, the safety protocols are preventing the reactor from pumping more energy to the life support and gravity systems. I can turn the safety protocols off. There's a handbook here that I was flipping through for a bit, and we can let the reactor surge, and then try to ride the energy spike so that it handles it. We can get the energy to the life support systems, to and restore gravity for Helm. But I'm not sure. Are you willing to risk that, Helm? It sounds like things are stable enough for you right now.
For the moment, but I don't think it's gonna last. Does anyone have any more guaranteed solutions, or is that the best we've got?
Guaranteed. Sorry.
Engineering, if you instead of just releasing all of the safety restraints, if you go into settings, you can change the parameters to give yourself like an extra 10%. It's a bit of a hack, but it might give us the space to get that gravity breach under control without like dooming us all to reactor failure. That's the best I've got.
I was trying to find those settings, but I think Recluse may have disabled them. I don't have. There are a lot of things in this handbook that I don't see available to me right now. I wish I could do more, but we're all in a bad situation here.
Sure.
I also wish you could do more engineering.
Helm, how about the ionic stabilizer? Do you have anything in your bag of tricks there? Or
Yeah, I have a thought on that. But Bridge, while I have you here, switch to secure channel.
Okay, yeah, I'll switch over now.
Do you know what sensors is doing in the cargo bay?
He said that he was caught down there off station and managed to hook into a panel down there. So yeah, I don't know what he was doing there off station. If our lives weren't like on a hair's breadth, I would be reminding him of the regs because he was supposed to be on station in sensors at the time.
Do we know that he hasn't opened the package?
We don't, because we're completely reliant on him for that info, and I cannot get access to it from here.
He shouldn't have been down there. Something's going on.
Hey, we shouldn't have a HR intern in engineering either.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Like, I mean, I would have said, I was pretty friendly with her, right? She was like pretty supportive. And now that I know, it makes perfect sense. Obviously, not an engineer. It's way too friendly to be an engineer. Like, what the fuck? So listen, yeah, I'm suspicious as hell, but I don't know what's going on. I've got nothing. If you wanna
The fucking inmates running the asylum here.
listen, I can't exactly throw any stones from where I'm sitting, right? I killed our captain, who may or may not have been involved in this anyway. I haven't the foggiest.
Yeah, fair enough. We're gonna get out of this, right? You're not gonna let anything happen.
I'm juggling all the balls you're throwing at me. I think. I don't know if we're all going to get out of this, but yeah.
It's not.
I would love to have a great lie for you, Helm, but I don't have a great lie for you. I'm just crossing my fingers and my toes right here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Your life is in the hands of someone who has read less of the engineering manual than I have. That's saying something.
Yeah. Gotta.
But hey, gravity is overrated anyway. That's why we're all in space, right?
Yeah, who needs it? We wouldn't come up here if we liked gravity. And I think we all do too much breathing anyway, right?
Yeah. It's like not even my favorite thing in the world.
Not even top 10.
Not even top 10. Breathing.
All right, I've got a plan to help engineering out.
Okay.
Engineering, come in.
Helm, where have you
Engineering
been?
here.
Okay, I've got an idea. It's a
Let's
hell
hear
of a
it.
long shot.
Well, if I think this thing is not going to give me even a long shot if it goes.
Okay, so I'm going to decouple the containment around the reactor.
Good Lord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that means the safety protocols are going off.
They're going.
Do you have a
my-
do you have a hard suit, engineering?
I haven't found anything like that down here.
Oof.
my thinking is it's gonna be quick, because my thinking is that Recluse is gonna jump right in to fix it, because if that goes, the whole ship goes.
Right.
So while Recluse is dealing with that, I'm going to hack into the ionic stabilizers and shut those down and get those resolved. So there's going to be a period where you're going to be stuck a little bit between a rock and a hard place, where either one of them could potentially just kill you.
Well, we're all stuck between a rock and a hard place, aren't we? So might as well give it a shot. Let's go for it.
That's the spirit. All right, let's power this down, release the safety protocols.
I'm watching. I'm turning them off down here as well.
You're going to see a whole new alarm start going off in a second.
Yeah, just don't look at the radiation flux monitor.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
It'll just upset you.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that should be down. And there goes Recluse jumping into action. So let's see if we can get into this system.
I am watching the energy spike, so hopefully that'll divert enough power to the gravity systems.
It hasn't yet, but there is still time. Okay, how are the stabilizers looking? They should be at least slowing down.
It's looking better, a little bit less melty at the corners.
Less melty is good. That's what
Yeah.
we
That is the
strive for on
technical
the
term
ship.
from the manual, I'm sure. Less melty.
Less
Yeah,
melty.
yeah.
A few more tweaks to this. And those should be down.
Okay. I'm trying to re-engage the safety protocols, but I don't think Recluse is letting me back in. I'm trying, but I don't know what they're doing to what it's doing to lock me out. But I've been.
This may have access to the cable infrastructure to that sector. If so, they're blocking signal.
I think that'll be all right, because I think they're going to want the safety protocols on anyway, so that we
Okay.
can't do the kind of shit that we just did.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to try and turn them on and lock us out. But if not, we at least won't have you melting through the floor.
Yeah. But I can't without the safety protocols. I'm worried about this energy spike. I'm not sure if it's safe for any of us. The
Any of
alarms
this
are
is
going
safe for
again.
any of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Recluse has slammed on the brakes for the safety protocols, but that energy is just that energy just went nowhere. We couldn't make use of it. I'm sorry. We couldn't get it to the gravity.
Wait, you're telling me that you can't fix the system?
Recluse has full control of it now. I can't do anything with it.
Sensors, do you have anything? Bridge? Anyone?
I can tell what's happening, but I have no. There is nothing I can control over there. The area that has the breach isn't responding to anything. Clearly, Recluse is physically tampered with the control infrastructure there. Basically, I've cut cables for all I know. Nothing's responding. I've been punching buttons for the last 15 minutes.
Have you? This was part of your plan, wasn't it, Sensors?
I am not responsible for your
Whoa.
anger.
What's going on here?
Sensors has been playing us from the beginning. That they were down in the cargo hold to open the package. That's what's really going on.
Wait, is that what's going on, Sensors?
I understand that your perilous situation is this kind of thing that induces paranoia, but
Sensors,
not
quit
appropriate.
fucking around.
It's
Give
not
us a straight
paranoia.
answer. We deserve a
Sensors,
straight
what are you
answer from
hiding? Damn it!
It is against company policy to be that far from your station, Sensors.
I'm quite aware of it. I didn't intend to be this far. No, the package is intact. Perhaps you can see it back there. I can't put a better camera on it from here. Cargo hold's not exactly made for close analysis of different areas remotely. But I suppose that you all do deserve to know something. I intercepted some comms traffic, which was not meant for us. Its encoding was strange. It clearly came from Titan headquarters, but it didn't respond to the codes that I had available for my disposition. And I came to the conclusion that that it was meant for someone else. I have something of a background in cryptography, and I found a back door and cracked the code. I will play for you a small segment of the message. This is Titan Central. Checking for solo team in place. Acknowledge Titan Central. Solo team ready at landing site Gamma for final disposition of Widow crew. Widow to be decommissioned upon landing. We won't have any loose ends, sir. There's more. But Titan lied to us. We were not meant to survive this mission. No one here was meant. We were meant to take the package and then be gotten rid of as threats to security. In essence, we were flying into an inescapable trap.
Bridge, did you know about this?
Nope.
So you're telling me that they sabotaged?
No, they did not. I was determined that I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know who the message was clearly intended for someone or something here on the ship. And I didn't know who might be in on this. So I did the only thing that could possibly get us out of this trap, which is that I altered our course for Earth. If we could get the ship to Earth, they would give us sanctuary in exchange for our cargo. It wouldn't do well for our careers, but we'd be alive. I underestimated Titan's paranoia about this. Brown, the Recluse had a secret protocol that activated if anything deviated from standard parameters. And its reflex and automatic reaction was to assure security. If necessary, kill everyone and shut down the ship. Worst case, they could come and salvage our cargo. I had no idea that this would happen.
Okay.
But I cannot think of any other action that I might have taken that would have prevented our demise.
Maybe telling people.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't expect me to have been in the loop, but I mean,
telling people, knowing that there were people on board who were in on this, I should have picked anyone to tell. Really? What the AI was programmed to look for deviations. You know, and I'm sure any efforts to do anything, of course, would have been blandly denied. It was like, what are you talking about? Finish your mission. Who could I tell who would really believe this?
Okay.
You know,
Let's save the
I'm sorry, I
blame
didn't
mongering
mean
for.
to raise my voice.
It's okay. It's okay. We're all super pissed. Engineering, can you get to a escape pod?
I think I might be able to.
Okay. Sensors, can you get to an escape pod?
There's every likelihood. The C rack of pods is not far. And if the mobile units have stopped banging on the door, if they're not immediately outside, then yes.
Okay. Can you set a timer on the cargo bay doors to open after you leave? I would very much like it if that black box got into no one's fucking hands after this.
Honestly, to make sure that happens, I'd have to be here to push that thing out. Simply opening the cargo door, unless the ship jumps away, is going to distance it from me. They'll still
Well,
be able to find it, pick it up. It has a beacon. Of course, you remember we attached it.
I think we might be able to break that.
I think I will, in fact, remain here and kick this thing out of the cargo hold.
Okay, Helm, how are you fixed to get to an escape pod?
I can't. Pressurization is dropping. The door behind me is sealed.
Okay. Engineering sensors, you go for your escape pod or get rid of this box and make your best way there. I will follow. I'm gonna have words with Helm.
Sensors.
I'd like to apologize to Helm. I'm sorry, I just didn't know who to trust, and I feared that if I spoke to someone, there was a significant likelihood that next thing would happen is I would be shot. Disposed of, and no one would be the wiser. Attempting to redirect the ship seemed like the only course of action that had any likelihood of succeeding. When I disconnect the package, every alarm you thought the alarms in the ship were loud before. They're going to be ear piercing. But I think you're right, Bridge, that we owe it to the other members of the crew to see that Titan doesn't get its little box, notwithstanding all of its efforts to do so. But again, I apologize.
I appreciate that, Sensors. Make your way to an escape pod. I'll deal with the package.
You're not here. There are still mobile units in the corridors.
That is true. But I'm going to make sure that there's nothing left.
If you can do that, then all right. But make sure.
Okay. Godspeed. I'll see you on the other side, Sensors Engineering.
Standing by. Well, I may or may not make it, Captain. It's I give myself a 50-50 opportunity if there are still mobile units in the corridors, and if I run into one, I'm not going to to get to escape pod after all.
Okay, helm, private channel.
Private channel. Go ahead, Burge.
I'm sorry, man.
It's the way it goes, I guess. Like I said, no one needs to breathe as much as they do, right?
Um, stupid spacer jokes don't quite cut it right now, do they?
No, they don't. Listen, Sensors is going to want to take the blame when you get picked up. Don't let him. He did the best he could with the information he had. If he hadn't done something, we'd all be dying anyway.
And I should have seen this coming with the captain, or maybe got some info out of him. I feel like I did exactly the wrong thing to save us all at the very start.
Well, you and engineering both a couple hours on the job. There's only so much you can be expected to know.
I mean, when you're first officer, you kind of expect, well, you
That's
hope to
different,
have
though,
to step
isn't it?
up at some stage. But certainly don't expect to brutally murder your own captain because you think he's been suborned.
In fairness, it sounds like he was.
I'm still not sure.
Well, maybe you'll be able to get to the bottom of it when you get back.
Yeah, maybe.
You should get moving. I'm gonna set the self-destruct.
Okay, are we good? Helm?
As good as we can be in the circumstances, I think.
Okay. Do you wanna get some final words into the log?
If Titan is behind this, take them down.
So say we all. Godspeed, Helm.
Godspeed.
Sensors. You want to give me one last status update?
Self-destruct systems are 5 by 5.
Okay, you best get out. Any last words for the log?
It all makes sense. If you assume that the cargo, whatever it is vastly more precious than human life, it makes sense. I knew it wasn't random. I knew it wasn't anything going crazy. This was cold-bloodedly planned. And I'm sorry that my attempt to escape was a success. I don't know what else to say.
That's fair. Engineering, what's your status right now?
I'm getting ready to leave. I don't want to leave any of you behind, but I don't know what else to do. I did everything I could, and I'm sorry that I wasn't who you wanted me to be. I this was all I had to give, and I wish you could all make it. I wish everyone here could have made it. Yeah, I'm sorry. But if there's a chance, I have to take it.
Just remember, turn left at the T intersection. Take any capsule and hit the big red button.
I will. Thank you.
They're meant to be completely automatic.
Okay, I'm 2 minutes behind you both. This is First Officer Aaron Poole, acting command of Black Widow, Titan Dynamics freighter, signing off. I guess my unemployment check is in the post, but I guess we're gonna see if we can get some payback for that, one way or the other.
Godspeed. Hopefully one of us will get to Earth.
Escape pods away.
From the stars we came to the stars we return.
Just so.